Yes, nice and decent people, good day. First of all, I just want to ask you a few questions. How many of you have paid for CXC for a child who's not your child or who's not related to you? How many of you have purchased books for a child who's not your child and is not related to you? How many of you have looked in your communities and see a child is just does not have the means and that child is not related to you and for you to just help financially? How many of you have done those things? It is very important that we understand that sometimes these are some of the very things that help to prevent crime in a community. These are some of the things that help young people think differently. How many of you have seen a child who's just not going to school because the parents do not have money and tell that child, when, instead of staying in the area and not going to school, come and check me, I'm going to give you some money to go to school. How many of you have done that? You see, what happened is these are some of the fundamental things that can change the mindset of people, put people on the right path, young people. But these are some of the responsibility that we have. To whom much is given, much is expected. But you find a lot of people sometimes, even when they have good job, they have good businesses, they have a good trade, they're doing construction and all of that and all these things. And they will know that certain people in the community need help, you know, and they will not help no one, nobody. They're only there for themselves. And at the end of the day, what people do, this same community want to turn their guns on the politicians and want to blame politicians for every crime situation that we have in the country. How is it possible? How is it true that you blame, when something happen, you blame politicians, you blame the prime minister, you blame this, you blame that, but there are multiplicity of things that contribute to crime. And in our communities, we know sometimes certain people are not able, and you do not help them. We understand that you have your own limitations, financial limitations, and all of those things. But certainly, man, sometimes you can help somebody. There are some people, they will help nobody, they give nobody nothing, they do nothing for no one. You understand? So you can prevent crime by giving somebody $20 sometimes at a critical moment. You can do that by even buying a books for some child, for somebody's child. You can do that. Sometimes you see certain people, some young people in the community causing problems, and you will not even talk to them. You don't even know who are the ones that are causing problems in the community, because you're so detached from the community. And a lot of times is the people who are supposed to know better. They are people with businesses, with jobs, with big jobs. They're making money every month, and yet these people know, they understand the impact of just giving some little financial contribution to a child, how that can change somebody's life, and they refuse. Some people are just concerned about their own environment, their house, and they care about nothing and nobody else. And then at the end of the day, people want to blame the prime minister. You want to blame a prime minister for all the crime in your community when you yourself do nothing. You will see people in dire situation, people in dire straits, and you are in a position to help them, and you refuse to help them. Even by providing counseling, some of you know better. You knowing that there's some children are in danger, they're in trouble, and you'll provide no counseling, nothing, no help, nobody. You understand? You'll not help anybody. And you know that certain times you'll do your best, and some of the young people, it's like some people you just cannot save, even if you try to help them. There was one of the boys who died the last time there. You know, on many occasions I spoke to him. His father told me what he did, what he was doing to him, and his father wanted me to talk to him. I went and talked to the guy on a number of occasions. When I talked to him, yes, Mr. Christian, yes, Mr. Christian, yes, Mr. Christian. Everything you talk to him, yes, Mr. Christian. Then you hear me going back and do the same things. And the thing is, that is why certain times you'll hear people saying how they don't understand how this person doing that because they appear to be so nice. Yeah, that is true. Because some of them, like, there are certain people that they respect a lot. But then the other people, they are, and everybody else they disrespect. But the thing is, people have to do their part in terms of preventing crime in the place. It cannot be that you know that certain people are giving problem and you never said one word to them, nothing. Nothing. You were in the position to say something to them, even if they do not take the advice or the counsel. But you have to know that you did your part. But you will not do that. You will not do anything, and then all the blame supposed to be on the prime minister or whoever it is that is leading the country. These things don't make no sense. And the thing is, when you think that you will just ignore the problems that we have in the society. You know, you have your big money, you have your big ride and all of those things. We never see you nowhere. You just from your work to your house, you drive your vehicle. We never see you on the road. We never see you nowhere. You know, everything is everything. Everything is copper set for you. You don't care about nobody and nothing. You do not do nothing to help nobody. You just have your big job and you're all right. And you understand the impact of talking to people to help to stem crime. You understand those things. A lot of you went to university, you went to higher learning. And some of you are actually trained in counseling people. But your thing is, once you get this government job, it is about you and your children. It is you about your family. You don't care about nobody. But it does not work like that. Because the ills of the society affect everybody. Everybody. And so I'm going to read you a poem to kind of draw conclusion to what I'm saying. It's a poem that was written somewhere after the Second World War. It was written by a guy named Martin Niemöller. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. But it goes like this. First they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Remember that. Keep the fire burning. Keep the fire burning. There is much that everybody can do. Crime is a situation, crime is a condition that affects everybody in the community, and it is wrong to play like when crime is happening, is only the prime minister that has to be blamed for crime. That don't make no sense. That is putting things upside down. Keep the fire burning. We can do better.